Basketball action comes your way once again here, courtesy of the B-League, as Osaka EVESSA hosts the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Interesting matchup here for the Filipino fans because two of their big Filipino stars will be playing for these respective squads. Ray Parks Jr. for Osaka going up against Kiefer Avena from the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, as we welcome you to the Okina Arena here in Maishima. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us as we've got world-class basketball action coming your way here from Japan. First and foremost, let's take a look at the team standings. We have Yokohama in 7th spot there in the Central Conference with an 18-26 card. Osaka doing much better over in the Western Conference with a 23-21 record in 3rd place. But they need a whole lot more wins, at least 5 wins, to be able to overtake Shimane for that 2nd spot and a possible place in what they call the B.LEAGUE Championships, which is called the B.LEAGUE Playoffs. They are 8 games behind the leader there in their conference, but they need to start out with a victory here as we take a look at the lineup of Coach Fujita. Of course, Ray Parks, we talked about him, number 1. They also have number 5, Matt Bonds. They also have number 11, Ryan Luther. And finally, number 52, Volodymyr Herun as their key players. There's Volodymyr. On the other side, the squad of Coach Lassi Tuovi. He's going to be short-handed. You can see the gentleman in the background there holding the ball. That is Damien Inglis. He's not listed for today's game. He actually played over the weekend, had a tremendous first 2 quarters in their last outing, but hit his head on the backstop. That's Damien there standing up. Talking to Mike Kotsar. And he left the game in the 3rd quarter. Would not return in the contest, and until now, he is not yet at 100%. So a lot will rest on the shoulders of Gary Clark, number 8. Kiefer Avena, of course, number 15. And Mike Kotsar, number 21. Kai King has been on and off, but if he's on, he can really help out this squad here of Yokohama. Key player matchup. Pretty good numbers for both these players. They play heavy minutes, and why not? A lot is expected of those 2 individuals. A while ago, Kiefer, now on your screens, Ray Parks. As we take a look at Coach Fujita, there were a couple of games in the middle of the season where he was sick. He was replaced for the time being by Coach Ruben Boykin. But now, Coach Fujita is back. And there is the healthy Coach Lassi Tuovi, also the Finland national coach, looking to try to lead this Yokohama squad to the playoffs, if not this year, in the succeeding seasons. Trying to build a winning program here. Tip-off is scheduled at 7:10 Japanese Standard Time, 6:10 Philippine Standard Time. So we are just moments away. Now we're going to have the introduction of the first 5, starting out with the visitors, Yokohama.
Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, starting point. 8番、ゲイリー・クラーク。15番、キーバーライ。20番、
And there are the starters. We're going to start with number 8, Gary Clark. Number 15, Kiefer Ravena. Number 18, that is Kenta Morii. Number 21, Mike Kotsar, their international import. And they'll begin also with number 30, the regular starter, Koya Sudo. Midweek game here, courtesy of the B-League. And now, let's enjoy the fanfare as we welcome the home squad of Osaka EVESSA. Now you got our officials handling proceedings here for tonight. We've got referee Urushima, referee Akiyama, and referee Tanaka. The starters for Osaka. We're going to have Ray Parks, number 1. We're going to have number 5, Matt Bonds. Number 88, that's Hayato Maki. Number 52, Volodymyr Heron. And number 35, their starting point guard, Tatsuya Suzuki. That guy is a speedster. Up against the starting 5 earlier announced as well for Yokohama. We're going to have a tight affair here this evening. International fans and the Filipino fans will be split on this one. Parks, Ravena, take your pick. Moments away from tip-off here. But again, when you look at the squad of Osaka, they have a full complement of players. And unfortunately, Damien Inglis is out. Ray God, the number 20 for Osaka EVESSA, is also out managing an injury. So 2 players, but a real key player in Inglis for Yokohama will not be available. Both coaches looking on. They're ready to go. So are the players. So are the officials. So here we go. Expect a quick up and down game from both these squads. They like to be able to push the action. They like to be able to look for early offense.
5, 4, 3,
There's the countdown.
2, 1, tip-off!
And we have tip-off. Once again, welcome to the Okine Arena Maishima, our venue here this Wednesday night. First possession to Ravena and company. They'll go inside. That's a breakdown in defense to start things off. Kotsar with an easy 2. Ravenna's going to have his hands full with a very quick Suzuki. Who opts to stay really high to start out the offense. Goes to Bonds. Bonds power move inside. We're tied at 2. First basket for Matt Bonds. That shaded area. White porous to start things off for both squads. That's not a good sign defensively. Clark launches, will misfire. Suzuki tracks that down and gets fouled. Using his quickness there to grab that rebound off the floor. There was a nudge and that foul. Oh, it looked like it was really key for Ravenna with the little nudge, but they're going to give it to Sudo. Parks waiting in the corner. Kind of spread the offense here. That's a great pass. Volodymyr finishes. 4-2 is our early lead. 2 points here for Osaka. A lot of teams will try to go inside. Take advantage of the mismatch size-wise. Here's Suzuki though. Take advantage, no look pass! Suzuki with his first dime. Bonds with 4 points. Ravenna says, let me bring it up myself. Up against Parks. Filipino connection for both these teams. Right there at the top. Foul will be called on Maki, his first. That's also the first team foul of Osaka. Sticking a little too close. Chance of defense from the predominantly Osaka crowd. Mike flips it up. Shot clock was winding down. He didn't realize it until the last second. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Suzuki bring it up. And add into this 4-point lead of theirs. Suzuki once again tries to get inside. Stolen by Ravenna. 2-man break. Kiefer will finish. Completing his own defensive gem. Cuts the lead down to 2. Bonds, quick release pass. Herun comes out. Bonds looking for some space. Takes it from 16 feet and rims out. It's a nice battle inside. Herun up against Kotsar. Herun from the Ukraine. Kotsar from Estonia. Pocket pass. Ravenna will fall short though on that left-handed layup. Maki trying to push. Stops, pops, and hits. Leads back up to 4. They go inside. There's that classic European matchup. They swing it. Clark. Clark inside. Will flip it up. Gets his own miss. He felt there was contact. Referee say play on. Maki trying to push. Looking for some early offense once again. Pocket pass. That's good defense there from Clark. But it came off his foot. Volodymyr saying he was being held all throughout. Looks like the referees are allowing a lot of contact. Takero Oba will check in for the first time. Quick substitution here, replacing Kiefer Ravenna. Nice look inside. Very patient move coming here from Bonds. He's got 6 points. And it's now a 6-point advantage at 10-4. Kotsar tries to look for space. Spin. Left-handed shot. Not gonna work. Herun will try to push. He's got pretty good handle for a big man. Suzuki will get it. Two-man game with Volodymyr. Suzuki finds the outlet pass, and Herun now scores once again. He's got 2 buckets, and it's now an 8-point advantage here by Osaka early on. Kotsar with a push shot works because that lead down to 6. That's what you want to do. From a coaching standpoint, see that your players are able to execute that play coming off a timeout. 12-6 our official tally as we approach the midway point of the opening quarter. Maki. They try to bring it closer. Falling away. His push shot works. That was a very difficult shot. He made it look routine. Leads back up to 8. Not a good pass. Herun there with a steal, and then suddenly he lost it. Again, chance of defense. Sudo. Nice seal by Kotsar. A lot of time on the shot clock. Still at 8. He's got the advantage there against Ryan Luther. Luther is not as hefty. He's 6'9". Kotsar is 6'11", but wide. Luther though is going to space that floor a little bit better. Shot clock is down to 3. Fall away is going to work. Good basket there from Daiki Tsuchiya, who just checked in. That's instant offense. Clark will bring it inside. Oh, he's missed a couple of chippies inside. Talking about Clark, you can see the frustration written on his face. Easily could have 4 more points. Getting down and dirty, pushing it forward. Extra pass. Parks with an easy 2. This is now the biggest lead at 10. 18-8. This is where you'll get worn down, because you're not playing with a full complement of imports. Kotsar almost with a steal. Stepped on the baseline though. Ooh, that was very close. Maybe a fraction of his foot was on that line. Checking in, number 24, Hiroki Matsuzaki. This guy's a gunner. You're looking for a floor spacer, he's it. With 4 threes in their last game over the weekend. That was Sunday. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Parks up against Kai King. Luther. That's a 3-point play, and it doesn't drop. Daniel Danana thrust into action. He's there for defensive purposes primarily. Talk about a lucky break. That easily should have been a 3-point play. Matt Bonds though will settle for 2 shots. There it's official, the first personal foul on Nana. Personal fans of Matt Bonds. Bonds now with 5 points. Check that, 7 points. Could be 8. He'll miss, but Luther taps it to himself. Being very patient because they've got actually a brand new 14 seconds to work with. Bonds almost lost it, eventually does. King, forward pass. And Ravenna's gonna come up short. Sorry, missed there for Kiefer. Kai to Kiefer. Nana tries to tap it, no. Kai King on his second effort. Ravenna extra pass, finds Clark. They swing it around. Short there. That's the guy you want taking the threes. Matsuzaki. Lead is at 11. Long Tom works! Well, that's his specialty. Luther loves to hit from downtown. Now a 14-point advantage. You're going to need that one to drop. It won't. Nice tap there by Luther. That will stay here on this end though. At least no offensive rebound from Daniel Dan Nana. As far as Osaka's concerned, but Nana was hoping he could grab that board. Volodymyr is back. Under 2 minutes to be played, Maki will check back in. Parks will take his first breather. Solid showing here, both offensively and defensively for Osaka. They've scored 22 points, and they've held their opponents to just 8. Kiefer will put up a 3. Back rims that one. Long rebound, tracked. And they will push and go on the offense. Already with a 14-point advantage, looking for more. Umiya Leo is inside. Ryan, another one! Back-to-back threes here for Ryan Luther coming off the bench. And that lead is now ballooned to 17. Kai King will get it to drop. Finally, they're in double digits. First basket here for Kai King. Looking to add a 3-point play here. What concentration there from Kai. Well, there was some contact from Volodymyr. Trying to make his case that He just went skyward, but there was body contact. Completed three-point play. Cut that lead back down to 14. Approaching the 1 minute mark. You see the methodical approach here of the boys in black. Luther looking for space. Baby hook, no. Volodymyr with a putback. Volodymyr with so many rebounds already. That's his fourth, and he's got 6 points as well. Great pass. Excellent cut. 5 points now in the contest here for Kai King. First dime coming from the Estonian Kotsar. Luther thought about it. Couple of moves. Will go wide. That's too strong. Daniel picks it up. Getting surprised a little bit there was Kiefer, but that was a duty foul really to just make sure that there was no advancement of the basketball there from Tsuchiya. A little bit too early also if you ask me though. But again, it gives more players an opportunity to come in. From both sides, Yusei Sugiura is in. Yusei is number 9. Kiefer's got to realize that Osaka has one more foul to give, and it looks like they're going to use it. Trying to make his move. Sugiura will hit. That's what happens when you don't use the foul that you have. Strong finish here to the fourth. All day to set up. Sugiura converts. That's going to end first quarter hostilities. But Osaka still comfortably ahead here. 27-16. 'Welcome back to the Okina Arena, Maishima. Our venue here this Wednesday. Second quarter underway here. The pass almost going awry. Not quite sure why you have to be that fancy from Suzuki. They're going to start out the second period with a turnover. Their third overall. Toshi Takeuchi is in for the first time. That's the veteran number 15, long-time member of the Japanese national squad. Ooh, I guess they were figuring it was on its way down. That looked like a good play. It is on its way out. Let's see if there's going to be a challenge. You might be able to challenge that. Takeuchi almost lost it. Suzuki. Two-man game there. Gets it to Joji. Joji inside. That's a nice handoff. The defense had to react to him coming in. And Volodymyr now was left with just one defender. Watch it here. And Kai King is not going to be able to stop him. The moment you had Kotsar reacting to Joji, that was it. 29-18. Lead is back up to 11. A little bit too strong on that free throw. Easy rebound for Mike. So Kotsar and Gary Clark will have to be playing extended minutes here. They're the only two international imports. Kiefer hits. He missed two easy shots inside. He was very disappointed about that. Comes up with a big three. They needed that one. Cuts the lead down to 8. Floater not gonna work there for Maki. Extra possession though. Brand new 14. Suzuki will give it up. Herun not wanting to force. Now Suzuki with a floater drops. 10-point lead now at 31-21 for the hosts. Clark. He'll get it back. Clark has yet to score. He does have 2 rebounds and 1 assist. Kotsar with a jumper. Mike now with 8 points. Foul's going to be called on Matsuzaki, his first. He'll be coming off. Kai King will come off as well. Sugiura, who hit that big 3. I'm surprised he didn't start the second. Coming in now after 2 minutes. Nice setup. Maki won't hit. Clark. Let's see if he tries to get on the board here. Thinking about challenging Hirun. Puts up a 3. That rims out. An offensive rebound there for Sugiura. Takeuchi sets up. His 3, a little bit offline. Kenta Mori is back. In his previous game, he had 8 assists. Sugiura, look at him trying to take advantage. Falling away, hits! And now a timeout will have to be called by Coach Lassie Tuovi. Check that. It's Coach Hiroki. Wanted to sue for time. That's a big size mismatch there. Coming off the timeout. Let's see the play of Coach Fujita. He sent Ray Parks back in. More outside sniping. Look at that quick passing. Bonds with the jumper, yes. Parks actually had the shot. Made that pass inside. And the defense really had to move for that one. That will hit the shot clock. Sugiura. That was a heat check more than anything else. He was feeling it. Lead is now at 8. Bonds. Luther threw his hands and he apologized. Luther was trying to make a move even before he got the ball properly secured. Turnover number 4 for Osaka. Muri will give it up. Clark likewise. Ravenna doing a weave here. Sugiura another 3. Back rims that one. 0 for 2 here from 3-point distance in the second quarter. Bonds. Nice quick move. Sets up Suzuki, who came from the weak side. Second basket here for Tatsuya. Leads back up to 10. Kotsar. Had to pick up his dribble. Almost lost it. Kiefer. Nice release pass. Clark puts up a 3. That rims out. Nice battle inside. Kotsar has gotten his squad a whole lot more possessions. Kiefer goes to the wing. Kenta for 3. No. Kotsar. Boy, he's really battling inside that shaded area. Gets another board. Scores once again. He's in double digits. With 10 points, 3 boards, and 3 dimes. That might be a foul on Kotsar. There was some contact up high. Could have been a travel as well, depending on what the referees deem. Looks like they're saying the foul was on Sugiura as he reached in. Coach Lassie trying to make his case. Ryan Luther makes the first, up in the lead to 9. Yokohama already with 3 team fouls. Osaka, none. 10-point lead enjoyed here at 37-27. Murii. Really their 2-point guard. Koyasudo is listed as their starting point, but it's really Kenta Murii. Nice spin. Kotsar, easy 2. That's going to bring us here to this official timeout. First dead ball situation after 5 minutes of the second and fourth quarter. Watch it here once again. Kotsar taking advantage of his inside presence. Final 5 minutes of the first half. Little press shown here by Yokohama. Easily handled by Osaka. Parks has really not looked for a shot until now. He's got 4 points. You like the fact that Ray Parks really picks his spots perfectly. When he sees that his team needs some points, that's when he goes to work. A lot of times, he tries to just spread the floor. Almost a 3-point play opportunity there for Kenta. He'll have to settle for 2 free throws. Foul going to be called here on Daiki. Chuchia is 5'7". Kenta 5'10". Slightly taller. Both just as quick. Morii makes the first. His first basket. He also has a rebound and 2 assists. (39-31) is our tally. Calling out the play, Daiki once again. Park says, let's spread out the floor. Trying to look for Ryan. Boy, easy turn. The defense forgot about Volodymyr. He's got 10 points. Kocha trying to seal early. Clark up high. Clark now making his move. Open 3, Morii. That rims out. Luther has really helped out on the boards. Chuchia gets away. And now a timeout will have to be called, this time by Yokohama. After bringing that lead down to 4, it has now once again been up to 12. Some pressure in the backcourt here. Put up by Daiki. Morii is able to handle it. Here's Clark. They need his scoring sock. Puts up a 3. Yes! Badly needed that one. Cuts the lead down to 9. Clark with his first basket. He does have 3 rebounds and 2 assists. But they're down by 9. They need some scoring from him. They need some scoring from their world imports. Especially since there is no Damian Inglis. Luther, couple of spins. He's back up to 11. 45-34 is our tally. Mike, a little bit too strong. Parks, his first rebound. Actually, his second, check that. Chuchia for 3, short. One and done as they try to push. Matuzaki to the wing. Sudo, short. Parks on his lonesome once again. That is his second layup. He now has a total of 6 points. He just releases automatically. Those are 2 easy baskets for him here. Not to mention the fact that it's now an 11-point advantage once again for his squad. Clark looking for another 3. Yes! That's a good sign for Yokohama. If he can start to find his range, when he can start to find his rhythm. Still a double-digit advantage for Osaka. Luther will put it down. They set up for 3, not that time. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Once again, Volodymyr with good hands. Ooh, Coach Fujita listening there to Volodymyr. Volodymyr says, I touched it, but it went off the opponent. So he's saying it's their ball. So the head coach challenge is invoked here. That was close. Really hard to tell if Mike got a finger in that one. But again, maybe you don't want to challenge this early. Even if you win the challenge, you're up by 10 and the momentum is totally on your side. And now suddenly you stop the action and you ask. Really hard to tell from that angle. They're going to have multiple angles to be able to look at it. Here's the call. Wow. They looked at it. It's an unsuccessful challenge. So you lose your challenge. The momentum was on your side. You just killed the momentum. Let's see if it goes against them. Clark. Kiefer up against Bonds. Bonds got hurt. Looks like he got poked. Seems like 2 players got injured there. 2 of the world imports of the boys in black. Now they want to sue for time. Final 45 seconds. of the first half. Some pressure defense. Bonds will travel. That's a double dribble. Well, actually, he didn't dribble. Or they're going to say he stepped on the sideline. Kiefer inside. That's a strong move. He's much bigger, much heftier than Suzuki. Just got him out of the way. He's down to 6. 3-second difference from the game clock and the shot clock. Will they opt to use a foul? Suzuki, they go inside. Volodymyr. Yokohama had a foul to give. Opted not to use it until Volodymyr was airborne. Clear hack there. Coming from Hiroki Matsuzaki. Volodymyr's first takes care of business. Pretty good sized crowd we have here for the middle of the week game. Some Yokohama fans trying to make as much noise as they possibly can. And Volodymyr is going to come up short. That's touched last by Matt Bonds. Final 7 seconds of the second period. You're going to need somebody really quick to get that down. Final 7 seconds. Muri trying to rush. Finds Kiefer. That's a nice play. Perfect pass from Kiefer. Clark scores. And Osaka actually had some fouls to give. They had 3 fouls to give, and they didn't use it either. Well-run play to end the second quarter here for the visitors. And after 2 periods, it's 48 for Osaka, 43 for Yokohama.
LGBTQ+プライドマッチの開催を記念し、多様性の象徴であるドラァグクイーン賞を行います。ドラァグクイーンはジェンダーや性的マイノリティのアイデンティティを華やかに表現するエンターテイナーで、今夜の出演者マダムアイカ・マルコワはフィリピン・マニラ出身で大阪在住7年。大阪にあるバーリプサールスをはじめ大阪国内外のさまざまなイベントにてドラァグクイーンとして活躍中です。さらに今夜は大阪ベッサ公式ガールズパフォーマンスユニット BT とのコラボレーションも実現。心躍るショーをぜひお楽しみください。それでは皆さんよろしくお願いします。
Baby, it's you. Come on, baby, it's you. Everybody put your hands together. Like this. Hey, 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 good. Hey, 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 oh, wait. Kelly, Michelle, can y'all help me sing this one? Shout out, baby. I'm a single lady. I'm a single lady. I'm a single lady. I'm a single lady. Up to the club, just woke up. I'm doing my own little thing, same shit. Quite nice, here, get free. Can't be mad at me. I want y'all to give it up for the lovely Kelly Michelle. Everybody put your hands towards me. Everybody, I want to feel your energy. Wave your hands with me, come on. Thank you for this moment. God bless y'all.
大阪万博局プレゼンツプライドナイト LGBTQ+ プライドマッチドラァグクイーン賞でした。ありがとうございました。
続いてはマイドくんでスペシャル企画マイドくん質問コーナー。
やったー、マイドくんありがとうございます。拍手お願いします。
大阪ベッサの選手からマイドくんへいくつか質問をいただいておりますので、マイドくんにはフリップで回答いただきます。こちらのコーナーにもチャイルドプリンスのお二人にご協力いただきます。よろしくお願いします。それでは VTR で質問をいただいております。ビジョンをご覧ください。どうぞ。
はい。
88番のキャンプです。マイド君に質問です。マイド君の自分で思うチャームポイントは何ですか？
はい、ということで、マキ選手から、マイド君に、マイド君のチャームポイントを教えてくれということですけども、
僕のチャームポイントは、一応僕のチャームポイントとしてほっぺたがすごい
いらない、いらないです。
ほっぺたが可愛いので、
偽はいらないんで、本物のマイド君への質問なんで、
じゃあちょっとお願いします。
マイド君、じゃあちょっとフリップオープンしてください。お願いします。
はい、こちらです。
さあ、マイド君のチャームポイント、
歯抜け。
歯抜け、確かにね、そこの歯の部分が抜けておりますから、歯抜け、ちょっと理由聞いてくださいよ。歯抜けがチャームポイントの理由をね、ちょっと皆さん聞いてみましょう。言ってくれてる。
人が歯を抜けている原因を聞くなんて、お前はデリカシーが全くないな。芸人やめてまえ。
そんなこと言ってんの？
すごい言ってる。
そんな毒舌な。
すごい言ってるよ。
芸人やめろまで言われた？
違う？
違うよね。そんなん言ってないよ。
何々欲しい。
ちゃんとしたやつお願いし
歯
ます。
磨きがあんまり上手じゃないから歯抜けてんねんて。
あら、よくないね、それは。
子供たちちゃんと歯磨きしなさいって言ってます。
歯磨かないとマイド君みたいにこんなことになっちゃうから、みんなもしっかり甘いもん食べた後は歯磨きましょう。確かに逆に可愛げありますから、皆さんマイド君のジャムポイント歯抜け覚えといてください。
はい、歯磨きをしっかりしましょう。ということで、続いての質問です。こちらも VTR をいただいておりますのでご覧ください。どうぞ。
大阪エベッサ22番いよいよです。マイド君に質問です。生まれ変わるなら誰になりたいですか？何になりたいですか？どっちもいいですけど、はい、質問です。
なるほど、ということで、飯尾選手から生まれ変わるなら誰になりたい、何になりたいということですけども、
これ結構難しいね。
そうやね。
はい、じゃあめくりますね。
はい、
こちらでござい
生
ます。
まれ変わったらこんな GM になりたい。生々しいね。
すごいね。
そういうこと聞きたかったんちゃうよ。
でも理由を聞いとこうか。
理由聞いとこう一応。
はいはい。今野 GM は現役の時からすごいかっこいいし、今もすごいオーラがあってめちゃくちゃかっこいいと、ぜひ来季もシーズン契約お願いしますって言ってます。
飛びまくってる。飛びまくり。
言ってる？
そんな崖っぷちなんマイド君。
すごい崖っぷち。
大丈夫、余裕持ってマイド君。
大丈夫。
マイド君っていやコマすらんでいいのよ。マイド君デイってやってるぐらいやから。
ありがとう。
大丈夫やからね。まあ確かに素敵なね今野さんぐらい立派になれるように頑張りたいということですので、これからも皆さんマイド君の応援、エベッサの応援お願いします。
マイド君投票お願いします。投票お願いします。
投票してあげてね。マイド君に投票お願いします。
ありがとうございます。以上マイドくんデイスペシャル企画マイドくん質問コーナーでした。マイドくんチャイルドプリンスのお二人ありがとうございました。PTI どうもありがとう。ここでクラブエベッサ会員に抽選で当たるホテルセールスイートルーム賞の発表です。オフィシャルスポンサーの東大阪石切温泉ホテルセール様よりスイートルームペア宿泊券をプレゼントいただいております。本日ご来場のクラブエベッサ会員に当選者がいます。本日の当選者は会員番号 OE0024200046 加藤岡陸様です。おめでとうございます。 当選された方は2階正面付近のクラブエベッサカウンターまでお越しください。
続いて大阪エベッサをサポートしていただいておりますオフィシャルパートナー様をご紹介いたします。ダイヤモンドパートナーヒューマンホームズ藤井組山本商事プラチナパートナー緊張エゴザル光の国ホテルザグランデファースタジオ5栄光堂本店シニアライフクリエイトポタポタクラブ吉村一建設アーテック日本ニューマジック工業大阪信用金庫引っ越し革命西日本旅客鉄道インフィニティ関西未来銀行竹国
Gary Clark hitting that shot there really made it close. 48-43 is our halftime tally as we take a look at the numbers here. 58% shooting for Yokohama, 82% shooting from 2-point distance for Osaka. That's tremendous. Both these squads not really going to the 3-point distance too much. Actually, not connecting as much. Yokohama put up 16 shots, only making 4 for 25%. Not too many free throws. That's why we didn't really have too much of a lull. Only 2 turnovers for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Just 5 as well for Osaka. 2 and 6 as we take a look at those numbers. Those are the points of turnovers. Well, that's expected to be low. 38-26, those are the points in the paint, so plus 12 for Osaka. Volodymyr Hirun showcasing his strength and his muscles inside. In terms of rebounding, just about dead even. 17 each. In assists, 6 more for Osaka. 17 assists as compared to just 11. As we have the scoring leaders, Herun with 11, Luther with 10, Matt Bonds with 9, Parks with 6, and Tsuchiya with 4. On the flip side, Kotsar with 12, Clark with 10, Ravenna with 7. So, as you can see, the imports for both squads really leading the way. Unfortunately for Yokohama, Damian Inglis is not available, and that's why they're really short-handed. If you're interested about more numbers, 5 rebounds for Herun, 5 rebounds as well for Gary Clark, 4 for Kotsar, and 2 each for Tsuchiya, Parks, and Nana. In terms of assists, Suzuki with 3, Luther with 3, and Maki with 2 for Osaka. And for the visitors, 4 for Kotsar, 3 for Ravenna, and 2 for Morii. We're all set for the second half here. Some last minute instructions given there to Mike. They've done quite well. Just behind here by 5, despite the fact that that gentleman is not playing. Damian Inglis, who can easily give you 20 points a contest. He promised you a tight affair, and it's living up to the hype. Third quarter underway. 5-point lead enjoyed by Osaka. They go to Kiefer. Quick spin. Overshoots. That was decent defense put up there by Parks. Ray will come out. Kiefer trying to stay with him. Matt Bonds. No space whatsoever. Bonds suddenly. Shot clock. Winding down. Boy, helter-skelter basketball there. Gary Clark will force the issue and he'll be fouled there. Foul on Hayato Maki. The moment the world import is up against a local, especially a smaller import, a smaller local, check that. You attack. Second personal foul there on Hayato. Gary Clark is 6'6". Hayato Maki is pretty tall at 6'2", but still giving up 4 inches. Clark on the line, trying to cut into this lead further. This is the closest that Yokohama has been after trailing by as much as 17 points. That was in the first quarter. Hayato asks for a pick from Matt Bonds. Finally gets it. Gets it to Bonds. Bonds from 14 feet, yes. Well run play there. Just to release Bonds. He's in double digits with 11 now. You can see Suzuki just retreating. We're now playing zone. Clark will launch a 3 and hit. That's his specialty. Long distance. And 15 markers now total for Gary Clark. It's going to cut the lead just down to a single basket. That might be a foul on Kiefer.
横浜15番、ラベナ選手個人ファウル1、チームファウル1です。大阪に2ショット与えられます。
Well, he acknowledges the foul. It's going to be his first personal, but he's wondering. And he says, why is that a shooting foul? Maki makes the first. 2 free throws will extend that lead back up to 4. Kenta. That's a great lead pass. Ravenna is going to complete that 3-point play. Pinpoint passing here from Morii. Well-timed cut also for Kiefer. Watch it once again. Laid that one perfectly. Foul will be called on Fumiya Leo. That's his first. Ravenna now with 9 points. He's in double digits. Kiefer also with 3 assists. Lead is now down to just 1. Leo to Herun. Got to move it up high once again. The flip, not going to work there. Another lead pass. Ravenna completes it. And now a 1-point advantage for Yokohama. 12 points in the contest for Kiefer Ravenna. That forces the hand of Coach Hiroki Fujita. They need a timeout. Ravenna completes it there with the left hand. It is now 53-52 in favor of the B-CORSAIRS. Nice seal there by Herun. He'll be fouled. Stopping the action, that's going to be a side court inbound. He's much heftier there. Then Clark, as Gary picks up foul number 1. Bonds can make a quick move. He'll give it up. Where the defense just stopped defending the man with the basketball, and Hayato Maki went all the way to the cup. Seesaw affair we've got here. Short from Matsuzaki. He has yet to find his range. Boy, a sorry miss there from Hayato. That was a 3-on-1 break, and they didn't score. Kotsa will bring it back out. Finds Kiefer. Kiefer finds his shooter. Bang! Another assist here, and finally finding his range is Hiroki Matsuzaki. That's his first basket from long distance, and it's a 2-point advantage enjoyed by the B-CORSAIRS. Suzuki finds Hayato. 2-man game. They blitz him up high. Bonds, long 2. No. Kotsar clears. Chance now for the B-CORSAIRS to establish their biggest lead of the contest. Clark Looks like he was stepping on the 2-point line. Boy, Matt Bonds, everybody forgot he was attacking and he led to the line for 2 shots. Gonna tie things up. We have had 1 deadlock. Second personal foul going to be called on Gary. Clark's got to be very careful. Actually, Clark and Mike Kotsar are the 2 remaining international imports. They've got to be on the floor at all times, or else Osaka will take full advantage. Looking to tie things up. For just the second time tonight is Matt Bonds, 6'5" international import from the United States. That'll rim out. Still a 1-point lead enjoyed by the visitors. Kenta Mori bringing it up. Kiefer being a little bit more offensive minded here. Goes to the wing. Clark inside, flips it up short. It's 5-on-4 the other way. They're pushing. Maki. They look inside. Bonds with a fall away. Yes. Taking advantage of the fact that Gary Clark was slow to get up. 14 points now in the contest here for Matt Bonds. Avena gets it. He'll bring it back out. And then attack. Sets up Clark. Clark for 3. Yes! Another assist here for Kiefer Avena. And Clark close to 20 points. 2-point lead here. Enjoyed by the B-CORSAIRS. Steal. Mori was saying that should be their possession. Actually, there was a foul really from Tuchia. If you look at it, referees might have missed that one. 59-57 is our tally here as we breach the halfway mark of the third. Ryan Luther in. Ray Parks back in as well. Luther trying to make his move. Forces up that shot. He had to take it. Shot clock was winding down. Sudo using that pick from Kotsar. Kai King will be fouled there. Foul called on Fumio Leo. His second. Gonna step on the baseline there. A little bit too much body contact though. Three team fouls each. Clark will attack. Clark will get away. It's now a 4-point lead here. Now 20 points in the contest here for Gary. After being held to just essentially 8 points, majority of the first period, that's why they were down by 17. Now they're up by 4. In the penalty now are the B-CORSAIRS. Three on the way, short. Now the shot's not falling from the outside for the home squad, Osaka. That's why they're now trailing. We're gonna say that's a violation called here on Kenta Mori. That was a travel. That's confirmation there. Sometimes a lot of referees will just let that one go. Not that time though. Parks looking for Luther. Can't find the right angle. Eventually gets it to Ryan. Ryan up against Sudo. Forces it up, and it'll drop. Sudo did his very best. But Ryan would not be denied. Now with 12 points. Clark almost lost it. Asking for a foul. Gary Clark already with 20 markers, really leading the charge scoring-wise. We're going to need to score a whole lot more because there is no Damian Inglis for them here this Wednesday night. Sugiura puts up a 3. Yes! And that lead is now up to 5. 64-59 is our tally. Good spin by Bonds. That's a quick reply, and that is going to be a delay of game. 16 points now for Matt Bonds. That is the first infraction as Joji Takeuchi will check back in. The 39-year-old veteran. Sugiura with 2 threes. There's a total of 8 points. Under 3 minutes to be played here in the third. Muri to the wing. Clark another 3, short that time. Bonds tried to save it, but they said he stepped on the baseline. .231 to be played in the third canto. With Fujita there, egging on his boys. He needs to. His squad is down. Sugiura will just launch. Sugiura with no conscience here. He just takes off, and here is Parks once again. Parks will score. Parks now with 8 points. 6 of those points on layups. Final 2 minutes and change of the third period. Morii gets it to Sudo. Sudo with the attack, flips it up and scores. Reestablishes another 3-point lead here for their squad. Tsuchiya at the controls here. He has played majority of the second half so far. Bonds kept on the sideline. Coach Hiroki likes the movement though. The squad still within striking distance. With Yokohama in the penalty, they'd like to be able to get to the cup. But the possession first here with the B-CORSAIRS. Sudo left open for this one and hits. Koya Sudo is capable. You cannot go under the screen. It's got to be above. Force Sudo to drive. Back to Parks. Parks hits a 3. Parks now in double digits with 11 points, and that's what Joji can really do. Quick ball movement, find the shooters open on the wing. That's why he's still valuable at 39 years of age. And look at him challenge there, but Sugiura's gonna hit over the outstretched arms of the defense. 11 points now in the contest for Sugiura. It's a 6-point advantage opened up here by the B-CORSAIRS. Quick reply. Both teams have now found their rhythm offensively as we enter the final 30 seconds of the third. Mori, a little bit too strong. Tracked down by Sudo. Kai King with a jumper. That layup didn't hit iron, and that's why the shot clock continued to run. Game clock now at 6. Luther, easy lay-in. And they're gonna say basket and one opportunity here. His defender was well past the no charge zone. That was clear. Sudo will pick up a personal. Sudo looked like he was trying to just get out of the way, give him the 2 points. But he did make contact. 2.4 remaining here. Fans of the B-CORSAIRS trying to distract Ryan Luther. That's a handful of fans they have. But Luther says, doesn't matter. Time for one final attempt. Uh-oh. It goes to Luther. That's going to count. That's not what you wanted to happen if you're the B-CORSAIRS. Luther got in the way and scores just in the nick of time. A disastrous end to the third. But at the end of the Fourth quarter underway. Suzuki can't hit. Luther's there for the putback. Actually, that's Volodymyr now taking the place of Ryan Luther. Defenders draped all around him, and still he was able to get the rebound and score. Well, he got the rebounding position over Clark. Clark will pick up his third. $75-74 is our tally. Quickly, 30 seconds gone here in the fourth. Clark will bring it up. He's got 3 personal fouls. That's a breakdown in defense, and a foul is going to be called here on Parks. And he says, just no easy baskets. Well, there was pressure up high, and they quickly broke that pressure. Matsuzaki got hit in the head there. Parks apologizes. First personal foul on Ray Parks as he sends the sniper to the line. Matsuzaki makes the first. Matsuzaki now with 4 points. Check that, 6 points. Now 7. One-point lead enjoyed by the B-CORSAIRS. We're going to have an exciting finish here this Wednesday night. Little push from Sudo. Parks, the aggrieved party. He looks okay. Ooh, that was actually Kenta Morii who gave him a shoulder in the chest. Second personal foul on Kenta. Volodymyr, that'll rim out. Clark grabs that board. Chance for the B-CORSAIRS to add to their tally and add to their lead. Matsuzaki will give it back out. Morii asking for space. That's a great find, but a good recovery there for Luther. Kotsar got blocked there. Looked like that was going to be an easy 2. Action is stopped. It didn't look like the shot clock was moving.
ショットクロックを直します。20秒で再開です。
That's a good stoppage by our officials. They saw that quickly. Now they move it down to 20. That should be okay. Play begins. Volodymyr finds Parks. Ryan, deep 3. That was almost from the logo. And now a 2-point lead by the hosts. 22 markers right now for Ryan Luther. Clark from deep answers right back in the face of Luther. 23 points for Gary. 2-man game. Suzuki in. Here's their starting point. Boy, they left Ryan wide open. That's a big mistake by the defense. He has hit back-to-back threes. Now with 25 points. And a 2-point lead by the home squad. Suzuki almost with a sneaky steal. Another hard foul here from Parks. Again, making sure there are no easy shots. That's the last line of defense there. Mike Kotsar now on the line for 2 shots. Those are good, hard playoff foul-like hacks coming from Ray. Kiefer will check back in, most probably for the entire 7:42 of this ball game. Two free throws for the 27-year-old Estonian. We are all tied at 81. Only the second deadlock of this contest. Parks gets to his big man, and Kotsar will be called for a foul. Parks is able to draw the defense, got 2 defenders. Gary Clark had to be very careful. He's already on 3. Only the first personal on Mike. Gilali takes that one. He cannot afford to have Gary pick up number 4, or he'll be on the bench for the next 3 minutes. Volodimir's first. He's straight and true. Short there in a second. The tip goes back to Osaka with a 1-point lead. Trying to extend. They get it to the Volodymyr. Volodymyr will overshoot. Tip not going to drop there for Ryan. Touch last, and we're going the other way. Everyone apologizing there. Both coaches continue to shuffle their lineup as we have Fumiya Leo checking back in. There is no Ray Goda. A lot of his fans disappointed he's not available. Boy, Kotsar showing us his dribbling ability there. Watch him take it to the rack. It was clean up high, but they're going to say he got him with the body. Second personal foul going to be called on Herun. Well, there is no more challenge because there will there be. They used up their challenge already earlier in the first half. Still quite a good effort coming from Mike. I guess they're just looking if it's a regular foul, and they call it just a regular one. There's no way that could have been an unsportsmanlike foul. He got the block up high. It was just hitting Kotsar with the body down low. First one a little too strong. Best he can do now is to tie things up at 82. Still a lot of time remaining in this ball game. A lot can definitely still happen. EVESSA fans trying to be as noisy as they possibly can, but still, we are tied at 82. Maki bringing it down. Gets it to Ryan. Ryan with the attack. That's a good defensive gem coming up here from Clark. Staying away from his fourth foul. Kiefer came in. Some additional help defensively. Clark, his flip's not gonna work. Steal here from Matsuzaki. Matsuzaki with the home run. 2-point lead here. Matsuzaki close to double digits with 9. Parks will give it up. Maki with a flip. Short. Kiefer. Trying to control the tempo here. And then suddenly with a burst of speed, attacks. And a foul will be called here. Leo picking up foul number 3. Nice move there from Kiefer. That was clearly contact up high. 2 free throws for Ravenna, the Phenom. Kiefer makes the first. Ravenna now with 13 points to go with his 5 assists. He can try to lead his squad to a victory here this Wednesday night over Ray Parks and Osaka EVESSA. He'll make both. 14 markers now for Kiefer. And Osaka is in the penalty. Actually, the very first time that they've hit penalty in all 4 quarters. Bonds back in. They've lifted Hirun for the time being. Parks puts up a 3, hits. Kiefer Ravenna and Ray Parks coming up big for their respective squads here in the end game. Below 6 minutes to be played here. 2-man game. Kiefer will lose it. He was of 2 minds. Either take it strong to the hoop, but he saw Hirun right beside him. Check that. He saw Kotsar beside him. Couldn't find his big man. 86-85. As we approach the 5-minute mark. Shot clock is now down to 7. They got to make their move. They find Parks. Open for 3, short. Big rebound there. Luther all day to shoot. Will overshoot this time. Bonds with a putback, yes. 18 points now for Matt Bonds. And it's a 1-point lead this time for Osaka EVESSA. That's a very poor foul coming here from Leo. Holding on to Kiefer. They're in the penalty.
大阪22番飯尾選手個人ファール4、チームファールは5つを数えました。
Watch the turn here. And that might even be called an unsportsmanlike foul. We'll find out when we come back.
先ほどの大阪22番井尾選手のファウルはアンスポーツマンライクファウルと判定されました。ここで90秒間のオフィシャルタイムアウトに入ります。
There you see the scoring leaders. Gary Clark with 25 points, 15 for Kotsar, 14 for Ravenna, and Sugiura also in double digits with 11. Matsuzaki close to double digits as well with 9. Not the best of fouls coming up here from Fumiya Leo. That's his 4th personal, and it's an unsportsmanlike foul, holding on to the jersey of Kiefer. So 2 free throws for Kiefer, and then ball possession for the B-CORSAIRS. This could be a big swing. One-point lead now for Yokohama. 16 points in the contest for Kiefer, and they've got possession. Kai King is in to space the floor even more. Kiefer gets away, finds King. King for 3, yes! Another assist for Kiefer. And now it's a 4-point lead for the visitors. King now in double digits with 10. Talk about making up for the absence of Damian Inglis by committee. Suzuki. We'll find Maki. Luther. I thought he was going to take it much earlier. Bonds forced to put this one up. That'll be short. Gary Clark might try to go look for some early offense. Gets his pocket picked. Bonds. Foul will be called on Ravenna. Just stopping the action, but that foul from Kiefer will put his squad in the penalty as well. Well-timed steal coming here from Bonds. Second personal on Kiefer. He will be given a brief rest. So both teams now in the penalty. We're going to see a lot of free throws. Takeuchi checks in. And he uses experience here. Bonds attacks. No foul called. They were trying to pick up the 4th personal foul of Gary Clark. Kai King with the explosion. What an acrobatic shot there. And it's a 6-point advantage. 12 points now here for Kai King. This match is the biggest lead that they've had, which at first was at 72 to 66. Luther able to control that one. Forces the issue, gets his 2 points. 27 points now for Ryan Luther. Morii calling out the shots once again. Up against a much smaller Suzuki. Kotsar. That's a good move. He'll misfire though. Couldn't take advantage of the fact that he is much bigger and stronger than Luther. Takeuchi. That's a good move. He took Kai King to the post. Nothing Kai could do but foul. There it was. And now the veteran will head to the line for 2 shots, trying to extend their lead. Check that, trying to cut into their deficit. Takeuchi will come up short though. Will miss both, but they're gonna give him another one. So he's gonna get a replacement free throw here. 2 big misses by the veteran Takeuchi. He's usually money from there. Takes advantage of that extra shot given to him. Here comes Parks. Makes you wonder when they're going to send Kiefer Ravena back in. He's had more than enough rest. Three-point lead for Yokohama. They got possession. Clark. Shot clock's now winding down. Getting away for 2. Kenta Morii. He's back up to 5. Volodymyr will have to kick it back out. Suzuki finds Bonds. Bonds for 3. Yes! 1 possession ball game as we head into the final 2 minutes. The Twilight Zone. Kenta up high once again. Can't get into the paint. Clark will need to create here. Shot clock winding down. 4th shot, not gonna work for Gary Clark. Time down to 1 minute and 36. Osaka with possession, looking to tie things up and could take the lead with a 3. Kumio back in. Still no key for Ravena. Ayatomaki, nice find. Hirun inside. Basket and 1 opportunity. We're tied at 95 and a chance for Osaka to take the lead with this free throw. Hirun with a split in his last time at the free throw line. Looking at free throw numbers, Osaka already with 6 misses. Yokohama almost perfect, 15 out of 16. Sudo will pick up his 3rd. And here comes Kiefer. And make sure there are no slick portions in the floor. This is great action we're seeing here from the B-League here this Wednesday night. Osaka to fight for their playoff lives. Yokohama wanting to pick up as many victories as possible as we reach the tail end of the eliminations. Hirun gives his squad the 1-point lead to the delight of the fans at Ukini Arena, Maishima. Approaching the final minute. Kiefer will give it up. Kotsar finds Sudo. That's a travel. What a costly turnover here for the B-CORSAIRS. Only their 8th. Osaka with 9. There was a 2 minds there, and it cost them. Bonds. Will he try to take matters in his own hands? He doesn't. Everybody touching that basketball first. Under a minute. Parks puts up a 3. Good line, just short. Bonds couldn't clear. And they're going to call a foul on Hirun. Not quite sure he realized that his team was in the penalty. No need to foul Kotsar 90 feet from his basket. But Kotsar felt a little bit of a nudge and really made sure that the officials saw it. Again, you just can't stick that close. 2 critical free throws now here for Yokohama. So far, they're 15 of 16 for 93%. To tie things up, we are tied at 96. Kotsar is going to give his squad the lead. And now a timeout will be called. Welcome to the final 40.5 seconds. 1-point lead for Yokohama. Osaka with possession. Little nudge there. Hirun hitting the deck. Play on saved the officials. Might be a slick portion there, but nonetheless, they get it to Hirun. A travel will be called here. That looked like the play was set up perfectly by Hayato Maki. See how much of a travel it was. Ooh, that was very close. Now a timeout will be called by Yokohama. Maki disappointed. .6 seconds remaining. This play is really just to make sure that you get the proper inbound and get it to one of your best shooters. Chances are there will be a lot of pressure and they're going to be looking for the steal here. There's the steal. There was a kick ball. Dangerous pass there from Kotsar. Kotsar will get it to Kiefer. Kiefer, under a lot of pressure, finds Clark. And there's the foul as expected. Trying to extend this ball game. That's it for Fumio Leo. As Tatsuya Suzuki will check in for him. And now big free throws coming up here for Gary Clark. Regardless if he makes both, it will still be just a one-possession ball game. Looks like Coach Hiroki already telling his boys, on the miss, this is exactly what you got to do. On the make, you might sue for time. Another important free throw. Clark will misfire. Will they get it back though? No. It's in Parks. Chance to tie this ball game. Suzuki. They gotta go quickly. Unless they're looking to go for the win. Bonds. No. Heron, big rebound. Ties things up. No. They had so many opportunities. And again, when you're down by 2, you've got to go to the basket as quickly as you possibly can. But Bonds going for glory there. Herun falling away. Not quite sure why. Foul will be called on Suzuki. But with .9 remaining, Mike Kotsar can make it moot and academic with these 2 free throws. Makes the first. To seal the deal. But expect a timeout from Coach Hiroki. .9, still more than enough time to come up with a 3. But as far as the B-CORSAIRS are concerned, they're going to make sure. Ooh, they're going to miss. And that's it. Not even enough time for a heave. Not quite sure if he missed that on purpose. Kotsar there with a wry smile. And didn't look like Osaka was ready for a miss. That's dangerous. With a miss there, 1 heave from Parks could tie the ball game. But picking up the victory here are the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS as they improve to 18-26. That's going to stall the forward progress of Osaka EVESSA as they try to make a push to make it to the playoffs. That's going to put a real dampener on their bid as they fall to 23-22. Stick around as we have interviews coming up in just a little bit. We're going to hear from Lassie Tuovi and quite possibly Gary Clark.
改めて両チームの選手へ大きな拍手をお送りください。
それでは藤田クラブヘッドコーチにお話を伺います。藤田ヘッドコーチ、よろしくお願いします。
平日にもかかわらず、たくさんの応援ありがとうございます。悔しい負けだったので、しっかりこれを受け止めて、横浜さん、素晴らしいオフェンスをしたと思うし、僕らはもっとディフェンスでステップアップしないといけないと思います。まだまだチームとしてプレーオフ目指して戦っていきますので、次、アウェーで島根さんとビッグゲームがありますので、切らさずにドッグファイトしていきます。今日はありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。藤田ヘッドコーチのインタビューでした。続いて大阪ソウル賞を発表したいと思います。こちらは試合中、スタッフには表せない献身的なプレーをした選手、1番大阪ソウルを燃やしてくれた選手を選出しております。本日の大阪ソウル賞は土屋大地選手です。おめでとうございます。オフィシャルパートナー、はい、北口様より土屋大地選手でお食事券3万円分が贈呈されます。現在、記念撮影を行っています。ありがとうございます。それでは土屋選手、一言お願いいたします。
今日もたくさんの応援ありがとうございました。チームとして本当に悔しい負け方をしてしまったんですけど、またこれから同日と過密なスケジュールになるので、このタイタンスケジュール
横浜 B.CORSAIRS のラッシー・トゥアビーヘッドコーチに来ていただきました。見事な逆転勝利を収めました。今のお気持ちをお聞かせください。
Of course, very proud. I need to say that difficult start and last week, and we had a couple of hits and everything, but very proud of the guys how they fight, and especially, as said, how they came back and never stopped believing.
そうですね、本当にこういう勝利ができたということでチームを誇りに思いますし、前回の佐賀戦でも負けてしまったりとか、今日の試合の出だしも難しい時間帯もすごくあったんですけど、こういうふうにチーム時間となってカムバックできたというのは非常に嬉しいことです。
はい、直近5ゲームの平均得点は83点を超えています。で今日は99得点しました。オフェンスの評価が高まっていると思いますが、感じてるんですが、そのオフェンスの評価はいかがですか？
Yeah, you are right. Of course, we find our roles better, but I'm even more happy about the number of assists, which is increasing in the second part of the season. So that has been the goal, that we pass the ball well and move and find our teammates. And then when you do that, it's easier for the guys from the bench lift up their role and become, real X factors. So I'm very happy how we share the ball.
そうですね、得点もどんどん後半になって上がってきているのもそうなんですけど、やっぱりチームで一番良くなっているっていうのがアシストの場面ですね。本当にアシストが増えているっていうことは、ベンチから出ている選手たちとかも、気持ちよく打てたりとか、本当に選手全員が自分の役割をどんどん理解してそれを果たそうというする姿勢があるので、そういう風にプレーしているからこそ、このアシストがあっての得点だと思っています。
はい、今アシストのお話が出ましたが、ターンオーバーも今日7という非常に締まった試合になりました。ターンオーバーについてはいかがでしょうか？
Yeah, that's also part of the process. On the other hand, I'm not so interested about turnovers because we want to pass the ball, we want to cut and also feed the cutters. So sometimes there comes a turnovers. It's not only bad passing. Sometimes the defense does a good thing. As OSAKA is playing intensive defense. But happy that we took care of the ball and that was also key when you win 3 points.
そうですね、やっぱりターンオーバーが少ないっていうのは非常に嬉しいことでもあるんですけど、でもやっぱりそのターンオーバーっていうことはあまり気にしてはいないです。やっぱりアシストのことを考えると、バックカットとかオープンの選手にパスを出すっていうところで、ディフェンスがいい強度でやれば、ミスとかも起きるので、そのミスを恐れずにそのパスをし続けるっていう姿勢が出してるっていうのが非常にいいと思うので、そういうところをもっと自信を持ってどんどんやってもらいたいなというふうに思ってます。
はい、最後になりますけれども、次節はホームで茨城を迎え撃ちます。意気込みをお願いします。
Yeah, I think players love these weeks because we only play, we don't practice, so main thing is recover, and I already told to the people that I love B-League because in March, in April, you meet totally new teams you haven't seen ever live, new coaches, new styles, new players, so for sure motivating for that weekend in front of our fans.
そうですね、やっぱりホームでまたブースターの皆さんの前でプレーできるっていうのも嬉しいですし、選手たちにとっても、やっぱり3月、4月っていうのはハードなスケジュールの中であまり練習ができない機会なので、しっかり体を休んで、その中でやっぱり対戦したことない新しいチームとの対戦というのもすごく後半戦も多いので、それに向けて全員でしっかり準備してブースターの皆さんで勝てるように頑張っていきたいなと思います。
はい、ありがとうございました。次節も頑張ってください。
Thank you very much. Good luck next weekend too.
Thank you, ありがとうございます。
Great interview as always there with Coach Lassi Tuovi. And more than anything else, he loves the fact that now they're starting to share the basketball. A lot of times, that's what happens when you come in with a system. It does take a while for the players to get used to it. Let's see who will be interviewed. Quite possibly Gary Clark, or maybe even Kiefer Avena. Actually, there were 5 players in double digits, scoring-wise for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS, led by that man, Gary Clark.
見事な逆転勝利です。今のお気持ちをお聞かせください。
I think it's just been a tale of our second half of the season. Playing better, playing together, and just, executing on both ends of the court.
皆さんも見てて少しずつは分かっていると思うんですけど、本当に後半戦になってから、その強度が上がって、オフェンスでもディフェンスでもチームが本当にまとまってきているというふうに思っています。
はい、その後半ですね、非常にスリーポイント効果的に決めて、手元の集計では24ポイント、スリーポイントも5本決めました。今日の出来栄えはいかがですか
？I got to start off better the first half, make sure I take care of, all my usual routines and just stand ready, for big games like this without Damian. Just have a better start, and maybe we control it better throughout the whole game, but guys were finding me the second half and I was knocking them down.
そうですね、まず出だしでしっかり自分のパフォーマンスを上げなきゃいけないなっていうふうに思っています。で後半はやっぱチームメートのおかげでもシュートが打てたりとかいい場面がすごく多かったんですけど、やっぱり出だしっていうのはすごく大事なので、特に今回の試合に関してはイングリッシュ選手が不在だったので、やっぱりそういうところでは自分のルーティンとかそういうところでの準備っていう仕方、姿勢っていうのをもっと大切にやっていきたいなと思います。
はい、最後になりますけれども、次節はホームに帰って茨城との対戦です。ブースターファンの皆さんにメッセージをお願いします。
Just thank you for all the support. We started off ugly, figured it out, and now we're rolling. I think me and Lassi had kind of a similar message. Just stick with us, and we're very appreciative of the boosters and the fans of just staying loyal. And the swimming pool will hopefully be loud and intense now that we're putting these wins together. I got a lot of home games going down the stretch, so please just keep supporting us. We really appreciate it.
ブースターの皆さん、ファンの皆さん、いつも応援ありがとうございます。ちょっとラッシーヘッドコーチとも被るんですけど、やっぱり後半戦、こういうふうにチームがどんどん良くなっているので、今週末、また国際プールでの試合、皆さんの応援というのはすごく力になるので、いろんな方たちに会場に足を運んで、皆さんの前でいいプレーができるように頑張っていきたいと思うので、これからも引き続き応援よろしくお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございました。次節も頑張ってください。
はい、Good luck next weekend too.
Thank you.
Well, Gary Clark knew exactly what he needed to be able to do without Damien Inglis. And they were able to come up with this big win because everybody contributed from their squad. Let's take a look at the highlights here from both these teams. Vladimir Herun got things going for Osaka EVESSA. Actually, that was a very good first period for them. They actually led by 17 points, 25-8. And it looked like it was going to be all downhill for the B-CORSAIRS. Looking at their first quarter contribution, eventually they were able to get their output to 16 points. But as I mentioned, at one stage they were down 25-8. But real credit to them. They plugged away, they chipped at the lead, and eventually the B-CORSAIRS were able to get this lead down to just 5 at the halftime break. So the first quarter ended in favor of Osaka, 27-16. But after 2 periods, it became 48-43 because they came up with 6 more points in the second period, scoring 27 and holding their opponents down to 21. Kiefer Avena with game-long brilliance all throughout, not just scoring-wise, but also helped out with a few assists here and there. Nice move that time from Ray Parks. Parks would finish with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists, filling in the stat sheets. But unfortunately, his team will come away with a loss today. Clark. Just 2 of his 24 markers. Here's Parks once again, getting away for an easy bucket. He actually had 3 layups. Releasing early. Enjoying that halftime performance. This is a 5-point advantage now for the hosts. Kiefer Avena started to go to work. Another one of his assists there, finds Matsuzaki wide open for a 3. That time finds Gary Clark, and Clark drains that long distance shot. They opened up a lead of 6 in the third, which is at 72-66. Perfect pass from Takeuchi, right back to Parks, and Parks drains his second 3 of the ball game. But Sugiura also helped out. He had 2 threes in the first half, had another one here in the second. That was a deep 3 from Ryan Luther. Pretty good numbers for Luther as well. But in the end, it will be a loss for Osaka EVESSA. Suzuki finds Luther, who'd hit back-to-back 3s. And suddenly you thought that the momentum was now on the side of the boys in black. That was a big 3 there for Parks as well, with the shot clock winding down. And then again, Kiefer setting up Kai King on the wing. Checking out the numbers here of Kiefer Avena. He finished with 6 assists. He was in foul trouble in the fourth. That's why he was shuttling in and out of the lineup. Maki finds Herun inside. That was a big 3-point play. Park short on that 3. This is a very poor foul by Herun. Let's send Kotsar to the line. And Mike will make both. So Yokohama wins this one 99-96. As we look at the numbers, still a scorching 67% from 2-point distance for Osaka. That was up to 80% in the first half. Still very good numbers, but in the end they will go down with a loss because just too many three-pointers given up and too many three-pointers made by the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. They also shot much better from the free throw line, 19 out of 22 for 6 more free throws. Yokohama also took care of the basketball a little bit more with 7 turnovers as compared to the 9 of Osaka EVESSA. Look at this big 22-point advantage. That's the points in the paint, 62-42. But it was not enough for Osaka to pick up the victory here. They're dead even at 32 for bench points. 17 and 12. Those are the fast break opportunities. Rebounding, dead even. Similar to what happened in the first half. It was 17 apiece. Here, 34 rebounds for each squad. In terms of assists, 31 assists for Osaka and 25 for the Yokohama B-CORSAIRS. Scoring leaders, 27 points for Luther. Bonds with 21 and Hirun with 17. Unfortunately, in a losing effort. For the winning squad, 24 points here for Clark, 18 for Kotsar, and Kiefer Avena would come away with 16 markers. We mentioned a lot more players also in double digits for the winning squad. So Sugiura would finish with 11 and Kai King would finish with 12. Matsuzaki also contributed with 9 points. And so you can see, as we said, scoring by committee to make up for the 20 points that they have lost because there is no Damian Inglis tonight. They were able to overcome his absence. And how? Winning this one by 3. Taking a look at the leaders in the other departments. Rebounding leaders. 10 boards for Kotsar, so he'd finish with a double-double. 9 rebounds for Volodymyr Herun. And in terms of assists, Kotsar would finish with 7, almost a triple-double for Mai Kotsar, and Parks would finish with 6 dimes. We might be showing you the key player matchup between Kiefer Avena and Ray Parks. We showed you that at the top of the coverage during the pregame. And there it is. Virtually the same scoring-wise. 16 points here for Kiefer, 14 for Ray Parks. But in terms of assists, Parks with a whole lot more. Actually, Parks would finish with 6 assists, also 6 assists for Kiefer Avena. So numbers virtually even. But Ravena and company will come away with a win here this Wednesday night. Yokohama wins this one, 99-96, and they improve to 19 victories against 26 setbacks. On the other hand, Osaka will drop to 23-22 here this season. That's going to do it for our coverage. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us here this Wednesday night. Till next time, take care. Have a good night ahead, everybody. God bless.